eyes will be focused on the Finance Minister Matia Kasaija as he delivers the budget for the financial year 2020-2021 on behalf of the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Officials in the Ministry of Finance have been working day and night to readjust the budget to factor in the impact of the coronavirus pandemic before the 11th of June. The theme of this year's budget is stimulating the economy to safeguard livelihoods, jobs, businesses and industrial recovery. As a means of achieving this objective, President Museveni made known to the country about some of the measures that government is going to implement in order to save the economy from sinking. Among them is halting the payment of pay-as-you-earn and corporate tax until September, injecting 1 trillion shillings into the Uganda Development Bank, pumping 100 billion shillings into the Uganda Development Corporation, investing 300 billion shillings into the agriculture sector, as well as injecting 50 to 70 billion shillings into the Microfinance Support Center, increasing taxes on imported goods to encourage local manufacturing, among others.
We have been demanding taxes and they have not paid, and because of non-payment, we have been accruing penalties and interest over this principal amount of money that they owe government, and we are saying that penalty, that interest, let us forgive you so that you only concentrate on the principle.
There are growing fears that these measures will only help businesses high up in the ranks and may not trickle down to the small and medium enterprises as well as small startups. Proprietors of small and medium enterprises, which have been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic, say their recovery may remain a dream for some time. Rena Beverages is worth 300 million shillings and it has several lines of products whose demand has sharply fallen.
The income is so low. The startup capital is not there. Even the people buying, they are not there.
As a result, she has had to make very difficult decisions to keep her business alive.
Because you want to keep afloat, you get a border to go and deliver something of 30,000 shillings. And you know you're just recovering the capital. You've spent all the money on the transport and production.
The president promised to suspend some taxes up to September. But the question is, will the situation have changed then?
We ask the government not to just waive not to just postpone, but to waive off the taxes which people were supposed to pay in March, April, May, and June.
The government has given you this good relief. Please take advantage of it. Let's begin from there.
Experts say that the suspension of pay-as-you-earn for 3 months may not be enough for businesses to recover.
We need a disposable income in people's pockets. And one of the ways, there are so many ways, is to be able, for example, for people who are working, who are paying pay-as-you-earn, to increase the threshold. Because today's threshold is even less than $100, by the way.
Regina is also desperately looking at recapitalizing her business. She is, however, not so optimistic about getting funds from the Uganda Development Bank.
The bureaucracy, the procedures, and you know, it becomes a general happiness thing. But I would propose, if the government is to help, let it work with the umbrella organizations.
So we have directed UDB that once this money is invested, those long procedures, we have got to maintain the integrity of the system, but the speed of people accessing this should be increased.
As government adjusts its tax measures in the 2020-2021 financial year, Nalunga is worried that Uganda's debt may go past the red line.
When we look at this period of 2 months, government has borrowed a lot of money to address the health issues, but also to revive the economy. So I see more borrowing. But at the end of the day, the whole issue is, where do we put this money we are borrowing?
She says government needs to rework the budget to inject money into key sectors that will stimulate the economy.
We have Ministry of Trade, Industry, Cooperative, tourism is at the bottom, agriculture is at the bottom. You know, for me, when I looked at that budget, I said, wow, you know, are we looking at economic recovery?
As we all await for the reading of the national budget, what will be very important to watch is how government will ensure that the stimulus package injected in the different sectors will actually go to the people it's intended to go to and not into the pockets of corrupt officials. Solomon Serwanjja, NBS, Live at 9.